Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new episode of Cooking with Ant. And this episode is inspired by Turbo Pushel Pogokushel 7562, who said they'd like to see me make something with Marmite because that stuff really seems to be odd for non-British people like me. And I was trying to think of something I could make with Marmite, and it turns out on the official Marmite website they have a bunch of different recipes which all just sound rather odd. Now, if you're not from the UK, you might not know what Marmite is. I don't know whether you have it in any other countries. I know Australia, they have Vegemite, but I think we have Vegemite in the UK as well. Let me know if in your country you get Marmite. However, Marmite is a very polarising food thing, and I think their slogan used to be, you either love it or you hate it.
You squeezy Marmite.
And I'm in the hate category. I hate Marmite. I think it's vile. If you're not sure what it is, it's like a yeasty black paste that has the texture of tar, and it tastes overly salty and a little bit beefy, even though there's no meat in it. It's horrible. Horrible stuff. I hate it. Usually in the UK, people will have Marmite on toast. And then what else will they have Marmite with? I don't think they have anything else with it. I think it's literally just Marmite on toast. But I'm going to be trying some recipes with it, and you never know. I might be converted to Marmite. Don't think I'm going to be, but we never know. Okay, so today I'm going to be making a Marmite truffle pizza, which sounds incredibly fancy. And it actually looks quite nice, and I think I would like it more if it didn't have Marmite on it. So the first step is we need pizza dough, which I've already got one pre-made. I would love to take credit for it and say I made this myself, but I didn't. I got a chop board. Don't come at me. I couldn't be asked to make pizza dough from scratch. How dare you! And it also didn't say on the recipe to make pizza dough from scratch. It said to buy a shop bought one.
You're forgiven.
So I don't need that yet, I'll put that to one side. Right, and I'm gonna need scales to measure stuff out. So I need to make a pizza base, like a pizza sauce. So we're gonna go for 50 grams of unsalted butter. Oh my god, that's 52. How close was I? I'm not taking 2 grams off of that, I'll have to do. How perfect was that? Almost perfect, 52. Oh, it's because I'm a professional chef, you see. And then I need 2 teaspoons of Marmite truffle. And I was a little bit confused because I was like, do they want 2 teaspoons of Marmite and some sort of truffle? No, they don't. Marmite now does truffle flavoured Marmite, and that's what they were on about. Look at that! Who do they think they are? Truffle flavoured Marmite, how fancy. I'm assuming it'll still taste like crap, but, you know, at least they're trying different things. Ugh. Oh, it's so strong. I forgot how strong Marmite is. It is so, like, meaty. I don't understand. Oh, I've just realised it's got wheat in and barley. So this is not gluten-free at all. Oh, you're gonna wreck my guts. I always find when I'm doing a Cooking with Ant video that I end up, like, having to eat gluten and, like, shitting myself. But I don't understand how it smells and tastes meaty and beefy when there's no meat in it. I think it must be the yeast extracts. And then it just has salt, carrot juice, concentrate, and natural flavourings. It's absolutely foul. I honestly don't understand why people eat this and enjoy it. Because it's not nice. Stop it. Stop it, please. 2 teaspoons. I've only got tablespoons. What's a teaspoon? Oh, wait, no. That's a tablespoon. Supper. So that's a teaspoon, a tussuper. Okay, 2 of these. Ugh. That's how thick it is. It doesn't even come out the spoon, and I don't want to touch it. If you've never seen Marmite, that's what it is. It is this black, like, tar-looking material. Oh, you're so nasty. To be fair, there's not actually a lot of Marmite in this to be considered a Marmite recipe. I'm just gonna have a quick try of this truffle one, just to see if it tastes any better than normal Marmite. I'm literally gonna take the tiniest amount. Let's see if I can taste the truffle in it. Oh, it just tastes like Marmite. It just tastes like Marmite. It's so salty. How do people not have a heart attack when they eat this? The amount of sodium that'll be in this, it'll be phenomenal. I definitely can't taste the truffle at all. Right, so that's all I need in that for now. So it wants 3 cloves of garlic finely chopped. What's a clove? It's not 3 full things of garlic, is it? It's like the little bits inside, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a clove. I like garlic, so this is good. Hopefully it'll mask the taste of the Marmite. It's a good job I don't have a date later. No one would want to kiss us after all this garlic. I don't know how fine you're supposed to cut garlic, because I don't really add garlic to anything. But I assume you don't really want a chunk of garlic in your mouth, do you, when you're eating something? I think that's as good as I'm gonna get. So we're gonna add that into our mixture. So now I need 10 grams of fresh flat leaf parsley chopped. I'm not gonna measure it out, I'm just gonna add a bit of parsley. And this is the only parsley I could find at the supermarket, like a full-on plant. I think that's about 10 grams. And I do like parsley, at least it wasn't coriander. Can't stand coriander. This parsley's incredibly wet. Okay, that'll do. Stick that in there. Delicious. Okay, so we're mixing all of this together. It still smells beefy. It smells so beefy and Marmite-y. I forgot how overpowering Marmite is. So no matter what you add to this, it's always going to taste like Marmite, and it's always going to smell like Marmite. I think I could add about 10 garlics to this, and it still wouldn't beat the Marmite. That's how strong Marmite is. Okay, I feel like that's combined enough. Now we're taking our pizza base and just spreading this on top of it. I assume this is replacing the regular tomato like sauce base that a pizza would normally have, which is actually tasty. That looks well spread to me. And I did used to make pizzas professionally, so I know what I'm doing. Stop. Okay, so next up I need chestnut mushrooms. I've got some here. And some people absolutely hate mushrooms. I'm the complete opposite. I love mushrooms. I think mushrooms are amazing. It said on here 200 grams of chestnut mushroom. That's actually quite a lot of mushrooms. How many have I got? Oh, this whole box is 250. How many mushrooms am I putting on this pizza? That's fine. I'll just add as many as I want. I never understand why people don't like mushrooms though. I think they're so nice and so tasty. And apparently mushrooms aren't healthy, you know. People always think they are. It's just like a non-food. They don't have like any nutritional stuff in them. I don't think. That's what I read somewhere. I could be wrong. I could have been lied to. I don't like eating them raw. Some people enjoy raw mushrooms in like a salad. No thanks. They have to be cooked or in something. Okay, I think that'll do for mushrooms because I'm not going to be able to fit them all on. Let's just place these on. Oh, this is going to be well nice. Well, I'll say it's going to be well nice. It would have been nice if it was a normal pizza, because I love mushroom pizza. But then you went and put Marmite on it and ruined it. Put as many mushrooms as I can squeeze on, so I don't taste as much of the Marmite. I don't think this was 200 grams of mushrooms, by the way. I think this was like 100. So imagine double the mushrooms. And now our final step for this is to add mozzarella cheese. And I bought a mozzarella and cheese mix. Well, what's the other cheese then? It might just be fake cheese. I don't know, it'll do. And we'll just sprinkle that all over. And there we go, that's a Marmite pizza. Delicious. So I'll pop this in the oven. I think, how long did it say to put it in for? It said for 8 minutes. I think this is going to take a bit longer to cook than 8 minutes. Because it's quite thick, there's a lot of stuff on it. But I'll pop it in the oven, then we can come back here, give it a taste test. And I've also got another Marmite treat for us. But I need to wait for my pizza to cook, so I'll be back in 8 minutes. Okay, so my pizza's back. One thing I will say about this pizza is it leaks everywhere.
Cindy, the TV's leaking.
It dribbled all over my plate. I think it's the butter. But while it's warm, I'm supposed to top this with Parmesan cheese. And I don't like Parmesan cheese. I know people will be deeply offended that I don't like Parmesan, but I don't know, it's a foot cheese, isn't it? And I don't think mine's actually Parmesan anyway. It's just like a fake Parmesan. It reminds us of working at the pizza restaurant. And people would ask for Parmesan, but we didn't do Parmesan. And we'd be like, yeah, no problem. And we'd take it over, and management would tell us that we had to remind them that it's not in fact Parmesan, but it's hard cheese. So you'd go to the table and be like,
oh, we've got his hard cheese, is that okay?
And they'd be like, yeah, it's fine.
Okay then.
And then you'd be grating away and your tits would be jiggling at the table. You'd be like, just say when. It's not like I've got loads of other things to do. I hated working there, if you can't tell. Okay, but before we get into this pizza, I need something to wash this pizza down with. So I'm going to put this to one side. It's probably going to be cold by the time I eat it, but does it really matter? Like, look at that. Look at all the juice that's come off it.
Disgusting!
Okay, so another thing these crazy people at Marmite decided to invent is a Marmite milkshake. And I didn't realise that Marmite, they do loads of different things. So we've got Marmite peanut butter, and this is peanut butter with added horrible yeasty Marmite in it. And I'm not a lover of peanut butter to begin with, so to add Marmite on top of that, it's just like a double whammy of awfulness. Okay, so it wants 2 tablespoons of Marmite and peanut butter. It smells like normal peanut butter. Let me just have a try. It's like a peanut butter with an aftertaste of off, but like a hint of beef. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's shocking. They've made peanut butter worse. It's so salty as well. Oh my god. And then they want a tablespoon of zero fat Greek yogurt in And that goes. And then a banana. Apparently you can freeze your banana for a thicker consistency, but I forgot. And then 100 milliliters of milk or milk alternative. It also says 3 dates pureed, but it says optional, and I decided not to go for the dates. I didn't want to be fancy. And I think that's all that goes in there. I did buy this blender specifically for this video, so this is the first time I'm using it. So I don't know how it works. Okay, let's get this blended. Oh, there we go. Okay, I think that's done. So now we'll just decant our milkshake into a glass. I'm so happy there's Marmite in that. Okay, let's chow down Chick-fil-A and see what this is like. I just hope I can't taste Marmite. If you were having some at home, this is what it would look like. Doesn't that look delicious? Cheers, everyone. You know what? That's not bad. That's actually quite nice. Are you kidding? That's really good, actually. What? It tastes very salty. It's very, very salty. It's a very salty pizza. But it doesn't taste overly Marmite-y. I think the one thing that rescues this is the mushrooms and the cheese. I definitely think it would be better with a tomato base and not a Marmite base. But then it would just literally be a mushroom pizza. It's weird. You can't really taste the Marmite very much. It doesn't have like... Well, you've got like a hint of Marmite, but it kind of works. It goes. That's really, really good. I would happily eat the full thing. I think also if you're a vegetarian and you miss kind of like the deep flavours of meat, I think this would be a nice option because it's not overly meaty flavoured, but it feels like there's some sort of meat or just something happening. Really, really good. I enjoyed that. Was not expecting to. I was expecting to hate it. Let's try the milkshake. It smells of peanut butter and banana. No, that's not very good. Nah. That's disgusting. No. When I have a milkshake, I like it to be sweet or like fruity or milky and creamy and stuff. This tastes like I'm drinking a salty banana drink. It does not taste like Marmite, but it tastes just salty. It just tastes overtly salty with a hint of banana. It feels like I'm drinking thick milk with a hint of banana and then just a shitload of salt piled into it. Horrible. I would not, no, I wouldn't recommend that. The pizza though, the pizza's where it's at. It's well nice. Just avoid the milkshake at all costs. Well, that just about does it for today's episode of Cooking with Ant. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And let me know in the comments, are you Team Marmite or are you not Team Marmite or Vegemite, whichever option you have in your country. And if you've never tried Marmite, I would 100% you at least once in your lifetime experience the beefy, thick, salty, disgusting taste and texture of Marmite because it's just an experience. It's an experience you'll never ever have. I don't think there's anything that can come close to Marmite. Awful. It's horrible stuff. Also, a big thank you to Lindsay Lestrange for becoming an exclusive VIO. You very important orange you. And I'll see you next week for a far less Marmite-y video. I literally don't even need to make myself dinner. I've got dinner sorted. I am going to demolish you. You can keep the milkshake though. Your milkshake was shit.